Let's do some logarithmic evaluations uh, without a calculator. Okay, so directions for this might say something like evaluate the logarithm. Now, when you see the directions to evaluate, okay, evaluate means this thing, right, this package has a numerical output. This, in other words, this can be typed into the calculator, okay? And it's very simple and it'll give you the correct answer. But what's important to me and what I believe is going to give you a deeper understanding of logarithms is if you can do it without that. Okay, so remember we talked about this in a previous video. You read this and it says log base 4 of 64. That's how we would say that, log base 4 of 64. Okay, but what it really means, what you should be thinking to yourself is, what power do I raise 4 to get 64? I mean, that's the real question. That's what a logarithm is, okay? What have we said before? I'm going to keep saying this over and over and over again. Logarithms are exponents. So they represent a number, okay? This whole package, this log little 4 big 6 4, this whole package of numbers and letters represents a number. It represents the number that I can raise 4 to. So I can say 4 to the x power is equal to 64, okay? And this happens to be one of the powers of 4, right? 4 to the first power is 4. 4 squared is 16. 4 cubed is 64, okay? So the value of this logarithm, to get back to the original problem, is 3. This whole package is equal to 3 because 4 cubed equals 64, okay? Let's look at this next one. Log base 7 of 4 to the 0. Okay, we've got an exponent inside here, all right, which is okay because we know that anything raised to the 0 power, like so, is 1. So I can rewrite this statement to say log base 7 of 1. And again, we ask ourselves, okay, here's the question. 7 raised to some power has to equal 1, right? This logarithm is saying if I raise this number to a power, I get a value of 1. What exponent needs to be in this place in order for 7 raised to that exponent to equal 1? We should remember from your exponent rules that 7 to the 0 power is equal to 1. Anything to the 0 power is equal to 1. Therefore, the value of this logarithm is 0, okay? Now, I switch it up a little bit here just to give you an example of when this won't work, and that is when you have a base and a number inside the log that really have no connection, okay? So again, what is this log saying? This log is saying what power of 10 is 14. Okay, different way of saying it. What power of 10, question mark, is equal to 14? Okay, now think about the powers of 10. 10 to the 0 power is 1. 10 to the first power is 10. 10 squared is 100. So 10 to the first power is 10. 10 squared is 100. 14 is somewhere in between 10 and 100. So that means that the power that I raise this to is somewhere between 1 and 2, okay? But I don't know what that actual value is. So if there's no connection between these numbers, okay, there are times where you're going to just have to go to the calculator, right? And that's okay. But if you are capable of figuring this out without a calculator, that should be the first expectation, okay? So keep that in mind. When you read this, you're saying log base 4 of 64, but really what you're asking yourself is, what power do I raise this number to get this number? All right. Some of these you can do in your head, some of them you can't.